President Putin and I have been discussing various things, and I think it's going very well. We've had some very, very good talks. We're going to have a talk now, and obviously that will continue. But we look forward to a lot of very positive things happening for Russia, for the United States, and for everybody concerned. And it's an honor to be with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Finally, Rachel, proof of collusion. So this week, CNN didn't just step in it. They jumped headfirst into a sewage treatment plant and did the breaststroke. After President Trump posted this now infamous meme, CNN acted as if they were threatened by a cross between the KKK and Mothra. The crying cue ball that is Brian Stelter tried to gin up public support to throw Trump off Twitter. It was the media equivalent of ratting out an inmate in exchange for smokes from the guards. They should make a movie about him.
This is a WWE WrestleMania video. You can see that the CNN logo has been superimposed onto the other fighter's face.
He came.
Even if some people think it was just funny,
he saw.
It is being taken very seriously.
He thinked.
We're going to keep asking Twitter that question, whether they believe it violates their terms of service.
If you cross him, he'll read the terms of service. Then he'll tell on you.
Who's going to speak up?
Brian Stelter in the role of a lifetime as Captain Tattletale, with Jeff Zucker and Danny Trejo as Laser. All monitors, Twitter justice.
Anyway, if only it ended there. CNN then launched an investigation, spending time and money going after a troll, a bad troll, but because he made fun of them. And when they found him, and who knows if they even got the right guy, they proudly paraded his scalp, but said they wouldn't name him unless he misbehaved again. Basically, they held his future in their hands. Seemed like a threat. Who does that remind you of?
What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
That's just a joke. That wasn't real, CNN. You never know. So why is this such a big deal? Well, when a giant corporation threatens to expose a nobody in order to silence him, that's huge. It's like swatting a fly with a nuke. CNN caught hell for it, not just for being stupid, but for being creepy and humorless too. First, the stupidity. Did they not realize the meme wasn't real? It's pro wrestling. It's fake. Sorry, Tyrus. But once again, CNN fell for fake news. Now the humorless part, they could have laughed this thing off and moved on, but no, they lost it over this. It's not even very good. I mean, you can tell it's not really CNN. It's like, it's not real. But of course, once you say something bugs you to a bunch of people on Twitter, Reddit, and 4chan, what are they going to do next? They're just going to make more of it. That's what happens when you tell people what bothers you. They step it up. Anyone with siblings knows this. It's why I tell strangers that I hate being tickled. Of course. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. Of course, the really creepy part was making that veiled threat. Now, I've been waiting for something like this to happen for years. Ever since I turned right in the 80s, conservatives were always painted as humorless. We were the shrill, tight-ass scolds. But now we've changed, and so has the left. We're now the fun people. They're the miserables. A decade ago, A decade ago, I coined something called the Dean Wormer theory. It's based on the Dean from Animal House. For so long, the right was Dean Wormer, unhappy, stiff, bossy. My goal was always to turn those tables, make us the merry pranksters, and the left Dean Wormer. But then the left went and did it themselves. By embracing identity politics and victimhood, they became the tattletales, and we became, by default, the troublemakers. And that brings us to CNN. Once an iconic company, they're now a sad spinster who can't take a joke. It's the new world. The libs are the shouty, humorless hacks who accuse everyone of ill will. Meanwhile, who's having fun? Us, for once. We owe this to lots of people, from early icons like P.J. O'Rourke to renegades like Andrew Breitbart, and weird shows like Red Eye. You might have heard of it. But of course, you gotta owe it to Donald Trump, who didn't give a damn what people thought, and therefore made it possible for the right to do the same. We should also thank CNN, because without them, we wouldn't have something to laugh at. Let's welcome tonight's guest. She's so bright, moths flutter around her head. Former White House National Security Council staffer, Gillian Turner. He's so funny that banana peels slip on him. Actor, writer, comedian Jamie Lissow. She's so clinical, or cynical, it's clinical. Read that in reverse. Co-host of the Fox News specialist, Katherine Timpf. Yeah! And a cruise ship is his bath towel. A toy.
Whoa.
I know, towel. What
I'm
was I
just
thinking?
big and I'm his massive sidekick.
Hey, Tyrus. All right. Jamie, isn't it weird to have a president who is part of the WWE?
It is weird, but this is one of those facts where when I realized today that I had not known it,
yeah,
I felt smarter. You know what I mean? Like when you don't know, so like I don't keep up with the Kardashians.
Yes, yes.
I feel smarter because of it.
Who is winning in this little media war?
I'm gonna have to say CNN is making too many mistakes.
Yeah.
And I feel like Trump is winning, like especially with the 3 CNN, you know, they had to resign.
Yes.
By the way, the headline that I read said 3 CNN journalist reporters resign due to a mishap. With, by the way, when you're on a job interview, that's one of the top 5 worst reasons for leaving a job.
Yes.
Yeah, it says here you left your last job because of a mishap. I'll show myself out.
Yes, exactly. Involving a forklift. Gillian, did CNN overreact to Trump's tweet? And there could have been a period where they just stopped.
I think so. Especially after watching the montage that you put together this evening. What I realized, I was one of the people who was critical of the video.
Yes.
Because I was one of those, like, it's the beneath the dignity of the office kind of people, because I have no sense of humor. However, I do think that launching a subsequent investigation and, like, outing the guy and threatening him and all this, it was just too far. And I think what ends up happening is that people end up looking like sourpusses.
Exactly.
And no one wants to be a sourpuss.
No, tell me about it. I was a sourpuss for about 10 minutes, and I felt awful.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, Kat, the troll is not a great guy.
Right.
I mean, subsequently they found out worse things that he put up there and that he ended up apologizing for. But that doesn't matter because CNN went after this guy without knowing that.
Absolutely. Plus saying that, well, if something changes, then we can out him. So how are they approaching this? Is CNN now going to have a solo division that's just following this guy, and then they have a sensitivity team that reviews each one of his subsequent memes, and they have a different cultural council. They decide if it's offensive or not offensive. I think that maybe they should do this thing called let it go.
Yes.
Instead.
I let it go often, usually on the side of a highway. Hey, Tyrus.
Hey, Greg.
Don't you think the other problem to this is whether this guy was rotten or not? CNN's a billion-dollar company. They were punching down. This isn't even punching down. This is punching way, way down.
Okay, well, first of all, the biggest problem, this whole thing, is the ugly word fake.
Yeah.
Your mama. Okay? You go see a movie, you see Terminator, you say, oh, that was a great movie, but it was really fake. No, you don't. Wrestling's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's simulated combat. Call it fake. I welcome anyone who wants to test the fake theory to come down in the ring, sign a waiver, because things happen in fake world. So that's the biggest issue for me. And here's the other thing. CNN thought they were so slick and clever with their, well, isn't wrestling fake? Simulated combat, entertainment. And before the show, we have a disclaimer that says, hi, kids. These are professional entertainers who are professionally trained to do this. Please don't try this at home. So if we're pushing something fake, at least we tell you it's
Yeah, that's true. That is true. By the way, they're still not even sure this is the actual guy.
He said a cuss word.
I know he said a cuss word. We'll edit that out.
It was the way I was raised. Sorry.
Yes, but no, but they're not. They don't even know it's the real guy. They don't.
Better devote more resources. Got to beef up the hand solo division.
Exactly.
To my point, Greg, once again, they pushed another story without enough sources.
Yeah.
Because they had one guy say, I think it was this dude over there, but I don't know, so don't say his name. Got it. Run it anyways.
Do you know what kills me? We got to move on. But the media bends over backwards to explain the non-violent nature of the word jihad with this person, Linda Sarsour. They're like, oh, she didn't really mean this or really that. But then they explain how violent a fake meme is. So they flip out over a wrestling meme. But then when Linda Sarsour starts waging jihad against Trump, they're going, oh, she didn't mean that. She didn't mean it was violent. Get it right. Like, their priorities are so effing reversed. See, that's how you swear.
You know what could really be in danger?
What?
We could really be in danger if there is a guy out there somewhere with a cube CNN.
A tragic case of mistaken identity. It was like in America's Most Wanted. The guy who played the criminal would always get arrested.
Yes.
I'm just an actor.
So if you see
blockhead.
if you see a blockhead CNN person walking down the street,
Punch him.
don't fall victim to stereotyping.
Right in the end.
We have a few at this network.
All right, simulatedly combat now.
Yes. Coming up, Poland, Hamburg, Putin, Merkel. Those are the names of my 4 ferrets, and they're doing great. But what about the president's latest foreign trip? The discussion to end all discussions next. It's the moment we've waited for all week. No, not the arrival of the neck massager I ordered from Amazon Prime. Not for the neck. It's the meeting between Putin and Trump, the breathless anticipation as reporters waited for them to come from behind closed doors.
Continuing to follow the breaking news, President Trump and President Vladimir Putin meeting over 90 minutes in a meeting that was supposed to last at least half that time.
Still going on. It started roughly, an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours ago.
That meeting is still going on far longer than one expected.
Oh, my God. It's like waiting for Grandpa to come out of the bathroom on Thanksgiving. So, what do some of the cable channels do with all that time to fill? You say that Putin won.
The former reality TV star and KGB spy shake hands.
President Trump reaches out and tries to sort of slap him. It's a two-handed, and there's the back slap.
The president undermining our own intelligence agencies. Hasn't Putin already won before the meeting even started?
I think he's won the first round.
It's almost as if that talking point was preordained. But we did get a glimpse of the two leaders together.
It's an honor to be with you.
Those cameras are the loudest ever in history. Don't they have smartphones now? They're like crickets on Adderall. It's amazing. It's amazing how the slightest move can just set these cameras off. Just watch.
That's it. That's blue steel.
That is blue steel. All right, back to the meeting. What can we decipher from the 2 most important minutes in diplomatic history? The nodding, the sitting, the handshake. What are we to read into these movements? For answers, we turn to our body language expert, Dr. Victor Roberts, who joins us on the phone. Tell us, Doctor.
Thank you, Greg. As you can see, they are sitting. They seem to be nodding. It looks like, yes, it looks like it's going to happen. It is a handshake. This is an expression of pleasantries, I believe, an expression of perhaps hi or hello, but using your hands. The handshake is now over. What could this mean? I have some theories, but I'm not telling you until you come home. Come home, Greg. I'm naked right now, and I'm waiting for you.
Thanks, Vic. Don't forget to open the rosé. Meanwhile, outside the summit, violent thugs hurled bricks at police and set fire to cars. Not Carl. But giving them great press was the press, who kept calling them protesters. So let's get this straight. If I beat some dude with a brick, then set fire to his backpack, does that make me a protester too? Of course, the media calls them protesters because they agree with their beliefs, like how evil capitalism is and how evil President Trump is, which is why it was so awesome when this happened. That's right, haters. Who's gonna feed ya? Good old American Domino's. Bunch of jerks. All right, Gillian, there's a lot of stuff to cover here. What did you find so striking about this?
Aside from the Domino's bicycle?
Yes,
was that real?
Yeah, it was real. I doctored the footage. This is not fake news,
put
Gillian.
it past you, Greg.
What?
I would not put that past you.
Well, no.
That was the most striking thing about the whole day.
Exactly.
And I was outnumbered earlier. We were trying to cover this meeting live when they were still behind closed doors.
Right.
And we were all like, well, we're not going to sit here and speculate. So let's talk about something else. So we talked about North Korea.
Yes.
It was really fun.
Wow.
But I think that's part of the problem with the 24-hour news cycle we saw today is sometimes you have to cover stuff when you don't know what's going on. So I think rather than trying to say something about nothing, you should instead, focus your attention on things that really matter.
They cover people throwing stuff at cops, and they call them protesters. They equate the protester with the police officer. They love the David and Goliath narrative, and it drives me absolutely nuts. It is just because they're protesters doesn't make them victims, especially when they're creating violence. It just drives. If MSNBC went to see Old Yeller, they'd claim the dog lived. Jamie.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. You haven't seen it yet. I apologize. Jamie, what did you make of the protests?
Well, first of all, I think it's really weird. Those pizzas, by the way, had to be free. I mean, they had to take more than 30 minutes. There were fireballs.
That's true.
Also, weird, you said right before you brought the story that you ordered a neck massager from Amazon. So I did the same thing. Lady knocked on my hotel room door. And way more expensive than I expected. So much to come out of this. I hope that I'm scared for the North Korea thing more than I think anyone in this room, because I live in Alaska.
Yeah, and it's only you there.
It's only me. Wouldn't it have been funny if the president...
You need to move.
Isn't it? It's scary. And it's like, I thought it would have been really funny if the president come out and said you are safe from North Korea's threat of a nuclear attack. Offer not valid in Hawaii and Alaska.
Maybe you could stay with Greg for a little while until things calm down.
Yeah, it's like nobody cares until it hits the mainland, unfortunately, because the mainland was the original United States. In case you forgot, there's two other guys. No, I'm kidding. I love Alaska and Hawaii. I know where they are. I think they're outside of the mainland. Anyway, Tyrus,
yes.
What are your thoughts on this whole G20 thing?
Well, it was a meet and greet, correct?
Yes.
They met.
Yeah.
They greeted.
Mm-hmm.
Exchanged pleasantries, came up with a couple ideas, and broke bread.
Yeah.
And the media was like, no. Mm-hmm. They went in the back and they're like, got him, dog. We colluded.
Yeah, we colluded.
Break out the money, boys, Tillerson's laid oil on the ground. They all rolled in it.
I don't think I want to see you doing that anymore. Kat, they're talking about it like, oh, they met for this long, that long. It's like one of those, it was like a dance marathon on Happy Days. before your time, but like, oh my God, they're dancing for 3 hours, 24 hours. It's like, I don't care how long it is. Don't edit that so it's something else.
Yeah, I certainly don't care either. We have people speculating that. We have protesters protesting before they even know what's going on, the anti-capitalist protesters, which, by the way, you notice that capitalists don't really have capitalism protests because we go to jobs.
Yes, that's
it's incredible.
True.
That's the way I
celebrate
being a capitalist.
Greg,
people attacked the meeting. They said he gave in to Putin's denials of hacking or influencing the election. I don't understand what they wanted him to do. Putin's going to say, no, we didn't do anything. What's he going to do? Just say, yeah, you did?
Yeah.
And then Putin says, no, I didn't. Yeah, you did. No. Meanwhile, North Korea is just flying missiles all over the place. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. No, you didn't. You don't have to love Putin to understand that this is somebody that you have to work with.
Exactly.
Nobody should trust him. Nobody should like him. Obviously, that Russia is never going to be our best friend, but you got to try, and he was trying. Give President Trump a break.
Yeah. What did last word say?
Greg, I can't remember. Did I ever tell you that I dated a protester once?
No.
It's the greatest thing ever because you can always tell what's wrong with her because it's just written on her sign. But I will put the toilet seat down.
That's very good, very good, very good. By the way, before we go up, Bill de Blasio went to the protests in Hamburg. I think we should offer to let them have him. Although that might be considered an act of war against Germany. I believe if you send a de Blasio there, it's like germ warfare. Mayor de Blasio, germ warfare. Up next, Democrats have finally found a way to inspire voters with stickers. Yes, I said stickers, and not even the scratch and sniff kind. Will they find serenity with a new identity? This week, the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee sent out an email blast asking people to vote on a new slogan for bumper stickers for the midterm elections. How sad. As expected, they're all horrendous. Resistant persists. She persisted, we resisted. Oh, they can rhyme. And Democrats 2018, I mean, have you seen the other guys? That's real. Of course, they were quickly mocked online. So we came up with a few of our own. Here's my first one, if you can look at that. Okay, there you go. Vote Democrat, and we won't call you a bigoted, racist homophobe. Democrats, we'll stop Y2K. Way ahead of things, you know what I mean? What do we want? I don't know. When do you want it? Not sure. Democrats, show me the money so we can waste it on things you don't need. Democratic Party, where you could be president. Seriously, are you interested? The Democratic Party, the place to go if you're scared of winning. Finally, last one, the Democratic Party, we have candy. Candy's the name of a teenager they're holding ransom. If you don't vote, she's dead. All right. Tyrus.
Yes.
Do you have any better ones that we haven't thought of?
Yeah. How about coming to the thousands? You can tell this is why Pelosi has to go.
What?
All right, guys, we're going to get the party going. Let's get button pins, car bumper stickers. Maybe we'll get a hot air balloon across the city. It'll be great. We'll be popcorn. We'll have a parade with jugglers and circus and a clown. It's the thousands. No one puts bumper stickers on their car. It's New York. How many people have bumper stickers?
How many people have bumpers?
My dad always told me to make it too easy for the police to find me, and I shouldn't do it.
Not to mention, in every town, there's one guy, or you'll see one guy driving a car with like 60 bumper stickers on his car, and we all hate that guy.
Yeah, it's true.
So, bumper stickers. Great call, Phil. Yeah, that's great. Why not buggy whips?
Buggy whips?
Democratic buggy whips. You could just, it'll be great. It'll be awesome. Wear your pants up to here. Look buff when you're chubby. It's the Democratic Party.
Buff when you're chubby.
Why are they still using Hillary Clinton to try to win?
I know.
And have you seen the other guys? It's like, have you seen the campaign that you ran off of the strategy of? Have you seen the other guys? Because you lost.
Yeah.
It's time to have something to offer.
Jamie, how bad were those? Would they make you vote?
They were awful, right?
Yeah.
As we're talking about this, man, I wish I had written some of these. Wait a second. I found this piece of paper under my leg. This is a list of some of the actual alternates that they were thinking about doing. Just do it next time. And this one is Hillary 2020. The presidency is one job. We want a robot to take over. Make America pretty good again. And then Trump submitted one. I find this one honestly offensive. I'll just read it. He wanted it like a bumper sticker that a Democrat would put on their car. He wanted to just say, "Baby on board."
Last word, Gillian. How important is a good slogan? Is it?
Well, I was just thinking the one that you had that said, "She persisted, we resisted."
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Oh, yeah.
She persisted, we resisted. That would be the best GOP bumper sticker for 2020 ever.
That is true. That is true.
Then it would be an amazing bumper sticker.
Or like GOP, the champ is here. That'd be good too.
And then another one could be Bill insisted you come back to his hotel room.
Come on, man.
And then the doctor.
He's older now.
No. It is kind of sad though, asking for suggestions. It's like when you were a kid and you asked people if they'd come to your birthday party if you had one.
Aww.
Yeah. Anyway, coming up, how the president's genius plan is already curbing illegal immigration. We prove once and for all that President Trump is the wall. Has the wall been found without breaking ground? This week, the New York Times wrote an article, that's what they do, about the downturn in illegal border crossings entitled, "Central Americans Scared of What's Happening in the U.S. Stay Put." Turns out, the Trump administration's decision to enforce immigration laws is enough to keep potential border crossers at home. That plus Oreo thins. Seriously, they're not worth crossing the border for. Oreos are supposed to be thick, you jerks. Anyway, sorry about that. The Times went on to report that it's also really bad for the immigrant smuggling business. Quote, Marcos, a migrant smuggler, said that last year that he had taken 1 or 2 groups each month from Honduras to the United States border. Since Mr. Trump's inauguration, however, he's only had 1 client, and he blames Mr. Trump. Doesn't everybody... Look, I've said this before. By enforcing immigrant laws, who needs to build the wall? It's expensive. Democrats would never vote for it, and it's no fun. Not like this wall.
Look after yourselves. You've got to put your arms through. Arms must be through. Kelly, arms up. They must be through. Those legs, Johnny. Kelly.
That's how you pick people. That's how you do it. People who can think fast, cats. People anticipate the changes and act preemptively. That's how important a vision and a message is. Correct.
Absolutely. It's really no surprise that telling someone, don't come over, but if you do, I'm going to let you in and give you stuff, isn't the best way to not get someone to come over. It makes perfect sense. And, you know, people still want to come here to the West, and everybody was saying when Trump's speech about how the West is so great, people were saying that was racist of him to say so. Somebody should tell those people.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone in Honduras is being quite racist.
Yeah, Jamie, what do you think of his message, and do you believe it's working?
Well, first of all, I knew a girl just like that. She'd be like, don't come over. And then I'd go over there.
Oh,
sometimes she would give me some stuff.
Don't tell the rest of the story.
At least.
I think he did.
No, this is a safe place, bro. Speak. Wait a minute. Wait.
Turned out they got married.
Go ahead. Let me hear this.
At least
Trump's married.
Oh, it's not creep time. Sorry.
At least Trump's message is clear, is all I have to say. Like, I mean, I think the wall thing's a little crazy, but look at the message it sends. I mean, it's obvious, right? He's going like, hey, nobody's coming. I'm putting up a 40-foot wall. Yeah. You're not getting into this country unless you have a 41-foot ladder. I mean, he comes and he says that, and it's like, I don't know, isn't it a bit of a weird? I don't know. It's a bit of a mixed message on like the immigration. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you made an amazing point.
Thank you.
By the way, which was for real though. Like, enforce the laws. And then you don't need a stupid wall. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also want to say, oh my God, I love travel tips. Maybe this isn't the exact right place to do this right now, but if anybody wants to take a last-minute illegal trip, to the U.S. Prices have never been lower. There's a lot of seats coming up available at the last minute. You can just go on Smug Hub. You can grab yourself a ticket.
You know, Gillian, I know if there's a lot of traffic to the mall, I will stay home. Isn't that the same theory here? It's like if you create barriers, people are less likely to come. It's just a simple logic that's been around since the beginning of time, 4,000 years ago.
That was the beginning of time?
According to the Bible.
That is so long.
I know, it really is.
Oh so long. So I really only like double stuffed Oreos.
Yes. Okay, that's good. Well, anything about the wall? You want it built out of Oreos?
Oh, you wanted me to talk about immigration policy?
I couldn't agree with you more on the double stuff. I consider regular Oreos.
Okay, both
I
of you
was
don't
thrown
know
by
nothing
that.
about double stuff, okay? So just stop. You're trying to make me feel comfortable, forget it. Talk about immigration.
You know what I like the double stuff because when you take it off,
See,
it's like,
this is all he doesn't. He doesn't. This is all him.
All right, okay, enough of the double stuff. I should have put it in the script. All right?
What did you call me, Greg? You guys saw it. He called me double stuff. I'm paid.
What do you make? Don't applaud that. What do you make of this?
Huh?
What do you?
I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm sorry, what?
Are you going to answer a question or not?
Please,
Answer the question. I forgot that.
Okay, first of all,
I was really startled by that foot.
it's a huge foot. We're missing the point. This is Donald can't take all. Mr. Trump can't take all the credit for this.
What? Who? Ben?
Mainstream media, stand up and take a bow. You created this evil. They're gonna rip families out of their homes.
True.
They're gonna take your firstborn, eat his heart, and then make you eat it too.
Yes,
and there's giant buses with giant people like me going, "Come here, kids, you going? Come on!" And like, let's keep it real.
That is such a
good job. It's not Trump.
I think you reframed the conversation. It used to be about amnesty. Both parties were talking about amnesty. Now they're talking about border control. That happened because of him. Whether you agree with the wall or not, he shifted the narrative. That's pretty interesting. Still to come. The greatest story of all time. Are we ready for a new military branch based in space? Better question, is 50 too old to sign up? I'm 40, by the way. Let's arm the stars from here to Mars. Some members of Congress have proposed creating a new branch of the military dedicated to protecting outer space. Known as Space Corps, it would operate as a separate service within the Air Force under command of its own chief. It's necessary, according to some Congress members, because the, quote, strategic advantages we derive from our national security space systems are eroding. Ooh. But Air Force leaders are rejecting the plan, saying the Pentagon is complicated enough and it would add to the unnecessary bureaucracy. Well, maybe we can change their minds. What if you called it Space Force and used this as your recruiting video?
Do you like riding rockets, exploring other galaxies, and firing super awesome laser beams all over space? Then you need to join the U.S. Space Force. You'll go space surfing with all American space bros, chat with exotic space babes, eat out-of-this-world space food, and defend Earth from super evil alien space d***s. It's all possible in the U.S. Space Force because putting the word space before anything makes it better. Don't believe us? Dog. Space dog. Taco. Space taco. Cat Timpf. Space Cat Timpf.
Did I join the Space Force? Damn right I did.
The only thing we don't have, Space Maroon 5. Because in space, no one can hear horrible music. So join the U.S. Space Force today. Warning, limited space available despite space being infinite and capable of fitting all of us.
If I were not a coward, after seeing that, I would think about signing up. Jamie, would you join?
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite part was the burger with the straw in it.
Yes.
I would call them Guardians of the Galaxy if it were me to put that out there. But I feel like the reason the Air Force does not want there to be a Space Air Force or whatever it's called is because I know like the different branches of the military, they get a little competitive with each other. And I feel like if you're at a bar, I feel like if you're in the space one, you're probably going to win the girl. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, you're talking to an Air Force guy, and you're like, oh, where do you guys do your stuff for the military? Oh, just here in the stratosphere.
I was at Fort Bragg last week. Oh, well, I was in Mars.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, I would join.
Have we out-hawked ourselves, though?
Out-hawked?
Nobody even lives in space yet, but we got to militarize it, you know?
You don't know that. There could be people that we need to kill out there.
Just in case, we need to make sure to launch a preemptive space strike.
We should be nuking planets in case they nuke us first.
Right, that's exactly what I mean.
How, like, good is it going to be? Like, is it going to be like a big, like, I don't even know the sign. Like, is it like someone goes to take, like, illegal heroin, they shoot it out of your hand? Like, how good is it going to be?
I don't know. That's
it's so
true.
Crazy.
Mutually assured nuking. That's what MAN stands for. Tyrus, what I don't understand is why hasn't this happened sooner? I saw Star Wars in 1980. We could have just asked the people who made that movie how they made the spaceships.
Well, you want to make a bunch of models? You're missing the point. Not just the fact of aliens, but it could help us with some of these new characters where they're trying to make nuclear missiles. It's easy to knock them out when they come up. We knock them out. But
Star Wars.
Yeah, but we need
SDI.
to be careful with this. And I can't believe you missed this. I'm actually shocked. I'm going to have to adjust my chair because I'm just so shocked that you would be okay with the fact that who would take that over first?
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, it's true.
Once we get the eye in the sky, AI makes its move.
That's true.
That's artificial intelligence for you guys.
Yeah.
And that's his biggest fear. They're taking over the planet slowly but surely.
Yeah, but I've already sold my soul. When AI takes over, I'm going to be the Benedict Arnold and I'm going to turn against the human race and say, AI, I'm with you, and then they won't kill me.
Oh, I'm black aboard.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows your job will go first.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you, Gillian? What do you make of this?
His job cannot go first because then, damn, no.
I'm not a fan of space. It's too easy to get lost. I got lost. I got lost in the Eastridge Mall in San Jose in 1977, and I haven't forgotten it, Gillian.
You weren't lost. Your mom was trying to get rid of you.
Oh, that's not.
I got lost in Disneyland
sorry,
once for like 12
kidding.
hours, and come to find out, she left. So.
That actually happened to you.
All right, Gillian, what are your thoughts on this?
Final thoughts are Congress designs and implements and authorizes a new branch of the U.S. military. What could go wrong?
I'm all for it.
What could possibly go wrong?
No, we have to do this. And we should have an underwater military as well, in case there's sea monsters.
Team Aquaforce.
What about Middle Earth? We never think about going into the middle of the Earth. What could be living in Middle Earth? The little evil, urchins and things. You know, you ever...
Or not.
Yes, but you always should prepare yourself for the unknown. Not the known.
Emotionally, yes, I do, but not necessarily militarily.
Well, you know what? That's your mistake, Kat. That's why, your life would improve so much more if you thought militarily.
Okay.
Yes.
And also,
I don't even know what that means.
The two sunglasses look?
Yeah, I thought
Thank you. I could barely see anything, but I still felt good.
That's good.
This is why I let my kid play all the video games he wants. He's like, dude, I'm training to run the Space Force.
Yes, it's true.
I'm going to need those kids.
Yeah.
I'm going to borrow that.
Final thoughts next. Leave now, and you'll miss my recipe for chicken pot pie.
If you'll be in New York City and would like free tickets to be part of our studio audience, email Greg Tix at foxnews.com.
I'll see you Monday on The 5 at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're running out of time, so...
What you wanted to say all show, but haven't had the chance to say, so here's your chance to say it. Right now.
All right, I'm going to skip Jillian and let her think. All right, Jamie.
My final thought is just, I don't understand in New York City why homeless people hold up signs that say, give me money. This is the only city in the world, or one of the only ones, where you could actually get paid to hold a sign. Like for a restaurant or tourism, I mean, you've already got you don't have to bring your own sign.
Yeah.
They give it to you and pay you, and now you've got experience.
Yes. You going to be performing anywhere?
I'll be on Netflix show Real Rough Season 2 coming soon.
Excellent. Very talented man. Jillian?
So it's been a while since I've been on the show.
True.
And I wanted to just commend, you guys have made some changes, spruced it up a little bit.
Right, that's true.
I just wanted to give you a shout out. You have a new unicorn mug, the horn's not broken anymore.
Yeah, that was a gift.
You got a Ken doll with a man bun.
Yes. Yes.
You got a new clock, he got a new chair. I like it. I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
When I first came on the set, I was like, I don't know, but now that I've been here for a while, I like it.
Breaking news. Jillian likes her set. Tyrus?
4 things: Glow, Preacher, Impact Wrestling. Check Tyrus out. Netflix, AMC. I think the other one's on like some other channel. And I was watching TV the other night, and I thought to myself, what the perfect dress for a mom would be with Dorothy Spornak. You would never see styed boob with Dorothy. I always thought it was great. She always had a scarf, a turtleneck. Like, she always dressed like a little angel. It just, thank you. If I could design the way my mom dressed, it'd be Dorothy Spornak. It just, you'd never walk in on Dorothy like, oh, damn, because she's, you know. Sorry.
It's true. All right, last word to you, Kat.
I will call restaurants ahead of time and ask them what the soup of the day is before I agree to go there, and then I'll get really angry about it. Am I 85 and no one told me?
Yes, that's true. No one would ever call. No, not even old people do that. Kat, you're old. All right. Thanks to Gillian Turner, Jamie Lissow, Katherine Timpf, Tyrus, studio audience. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you.